Right now, somewhere in America, someone just drove off the dealership's lot with their dream car, and they have no idea that they actually do not own it. And in the next 3-4 days, they're gonna get a phone call that's gonna cost them $12,000. I know this because I worked in the automotive retail industry for almost 30 years, and I've had to make that phone call hundreds of times. And what I'm about to show you is something dealerships pray you never know about. But first, let me tell you about what's happening in the back office while you were out celebrating in your new car. Your finance manager hasn't even submitted the paperwork to the bank for any kind of loan for you. That's right, you heard that. You took delivery of the car without them even having a loan in place. It's called spot delivery, and it's one of the shadiest things that happens in the car business. But wait, it gets worse. So they make an educated guess on what they're going to get your loan approved, and they're going to contract you at a higher rate than that, maybe 1, maybe 2 points higher than that. And just to be safe, they're going to contract you at a rate that might be higher than what you really qualify for. You think everything's great. You drive off into the sunset. But wait till you hear what happens in the next couple of days. But here's where it gets really dirty, and it's going to come down into basically 2 scenarios. And in one of them, you're not even going to know that you've lost money. Let me show you how. So, scenario 1, the bank comes back with terms that are actually better than what they signed you at. So do you think they're going to have you come back in and re-sign? No, they're going to take that reserve money, the difference between the buy rate and the sell rate, and you won't even know about it. Scenario 2, and this is where the $12,000 comes in. The bank comes in with worse terms than what you signed at, and then you get the phone call. And you know, here's the kind of part that bothers me the most is they're going to have the salesman do it. And they're going to say something like, hey, you know what, the finance guy missed some signatures, or we need to have you come in and sign some new documentation, whatever they tell you. They're not going to tell you over the phone that your payment's going to go up $80 to $100 a month. And this is why this tactic really gets to me, is because you just bought a new car, you're really proud of it, you go on TikTok, you go on Facebook, you go on, whatever social media platform that you stay on, and you show your friends and family, and you're so proud of it. So when they bring you back in and they hit you with this higher payment, you're too embarrassed to just give the car back, and you're more likely to sign. But stay with me, because I'm going to give you exact breakdown on how this could happen. And I'm going to give you the one sentence that stops this entire scam cold in its tracks. So let me show you how this $12,000 scenario actually happens, and I've actually personally seen this. A customer comes in, they're focused mainly on monthly payment, and then they had to come in and re-sign at a higher payment of $85 a month in addition. So over 72 months, that's almost $6,200 in additional interest alone. And it's kind of a proven fact that if customers come in and they're what we call payment buyers, where they're only focused in on monthly payment, statistically, they're going to pay between $2,500 to $3,000 more than the customer that was focused on the price of the car. And then this is critical. When they bring the customers back in to re-sign at the higher payment, they're going to take another run at them saying, you really need to protect your investment with an extended warranty, which is $3,800. Paint and fabric protection, $1,200. Wheel and tire protection, another $1,500. If they opt for all of this additional stuff, plus the additional profit that they paid, plus the inflated price that payment buyers normally pay, that could reach up to $12,000 to $15,000 in additional money that they were initially planning on spending. Not to mention the fact that the industry is notorious for undervaluating trades. If your trade's really worth $10,000, they're going to try to take it in for $8,000. Again, another $2,000 there. So it can really add up very quickly. The $12,000 isn't about the change in interest rate, okay? It's about the entire industry and what they're doing. It's basically a strategy to help extract as much money as they can out of you in so many different ways. It's an entire spot delivery trap. So once you take delivery of the car and you don't own it, they're entirely control of the situation. And you're in their world. And playing their game, they're going to win every single time. Now you might be thinking, this can't be illegal. Well, here's the thing that'll blow your mind. In most states, technically it is legal. There are some states that regulate what they call yo-yo financing, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's deceptive, but it is legal. Dealerships can absolutely do this. And that's why you need to protect yourself. So here's what you need to do, and this is critical. I'm going to give you the exact words to say before you take delivery and drive the car off the lot. And this will protect you from this entire scam. So before you take delivery of the car, you need to look the finance manager square in the eye and say, listen, I need to see the approval on this loan before I take delivery. And watch what happens next. The finance manager is going to do a lot of tap dancing. They're going to say, well, you got good credit. You don't need to worry about it, but you need to hold firm on this. If they don't make you feel absolutely 100% confident that they have your loan approved, do not take the car home. This is part of the situation where they set it up like this. In some places, some dealerships I know do this on purpose. They'll actually let anybody take the car off the lot, and then they'll try to figure out how they can make the most money later. Do not take delivery of the car without prior approval in writing. It doesn't really matter if you've shown the car to your kids or they're crying in the back seat because they want to take the car home, or if you've taken pictures already of it on social media. Do not take delivery of the car because they're just trying to set you up. If they cannot show you the bank approval in writing, you do not take the car. Hey, if there's anybody out there that's purchased a car recently, do me a favor, go down in the comments and leave me some feedback on what your experiences were with the dealer that you did business with. And if you're in the market for a new or used car and you want my professional advice, go down to the description. There's a Zoom link down there for a one-on-one consultation with me. It's my goal to save you as much time and money as possible. So let's say you're watching this video and you've already taken delivery of a car, and they give you a call. They say you need to come back and re-sign paperwork. Let them know you're going to come in and just unwind the deal. You're under no obligation to re-sign any additional paperwork. And then they're going to panic. They're going to just say, hey, just come on in. We just need to go over a couple things with you. We just need you to come in and sign some additional paperwork. It's just a minor adjustment. You say, no, the deal that you presented to me is not approved, and I'm really not going to sign any additional paperwork that changes anything. So I'm just going to unwind the deal. Social media does not obligate you to do anything. Your emotions don't obligate you to do anything. So here's what they're banking on, literally banking on. They know that if you don't come back in and re-sign, they're in trouble. And if you don't accept the new terms of the loan, they're in trouble. They know statistically that if you've been in the car 3 to 4 days, then you're emotionally invested in it. It's psychological warfare. And they're really good at it because they do it every single day. And you want to know how I know all this? I mean, we used to have a Monday morning meeting in a lot of places that I worked at. And believe me, you do not want to be the topic of the Monday or Friday morning meeting. Hey, Jerry, thanks for helping us save that car deal. We made an additional $6,000 on the customer. The customer has no idea that they became the cautionary tale for the next customer. Okay, so beyond all of that, what you need to do with any transaction that's financially related, like buying a car, you need to document everything. Make sure you keep and read all the copies of the paperwork that you signed. If they call you to come back and re-sign any paperwork, if it's legal in your state, record the conversation. Keep copies of all the correspondence and emails. So if, for instance, the dealership commits some sort of fraud, you're going to have to be able to prove it in a court. And if the dealership lies to you, if they flat out, that they broke the law in some way, there's a bunch of different agencies that you can get in touch with. You can go to your Department of Motor Vehicles. There's always a state attorney general's office, but there's also a lot of pressure on companies through social media, posts on Google, Facebook, Yelp, that are going to warn people that are looking to maybe purchase a car from them in the future. They're going to be better off knowing that you went through this so that they don't have to. So in extreme cases where the dealership set things up and they knowingly committed fraud, you can always try to get in touch with the store's upper management, being the GM, GSM, or maybe even the owner. And I have seen in some cases, because they want to maybe do things in good faith, the last thing that the owner of a dealership wants is a phone call from an angry customer. And I have seen owners and upper management unwind car deals because things weren't handled the right way. The best defense is to avoid this altogether. Do your research, get pre-approved through your bank or credit union ahead of time. Know what your payment's going to be before you step foot on the lot. Know your terms, know your payment, walk in with some power and some knowledge. Don't be a victim. Okay, so those of you out there that have bought a car and you went through the finance department and you asked the finance manager, is there any prepayment penalty to pay off this loan early? And they're always going to say, oh, you know what? Get your loan established, wait 6 to 9 months, and then go ahead and refinance it. Well, that's a 100% bold-faced lie. If they tell you that, they are lying to you. If you get your first payment and you go to your bank or credit union to refinance it for better terms, maybe a shorter term, maybe lower payment, whatever, they get charged back any reserve or any money that they may have made off that transaction on the financial services side of things. So the reason why they're telling you that is they don't want to lose any kind of commissions that they have coming to them. And let's be crystal clear about something, okay? Finance managers are basically salesmen that know how to type state and federal paperwork, and they have a printer. They're wearing a tie. They are not accountants. They are not lawyers. They are not attorneys. I mean, these are salespeople that know how to type paperwork. So you need to know that going in. These are salespeople. Okay, their number one job is to make money for the dealership. That's it, full stop. All right, so you're probably asking yourself, why would a guy like this start making videos and talking about the car business? He made his living in that industry for such a long time. Well, here's what kind of happened to me. I saw a lot of people, young people, old people, people that were uneducated, people on a fixed income that came in and got taken advantage of. And it's not necessarily by one dealer or the other, but it's the system that's in place. And I think it's important for me to kind of talk about how things really work so that you're going to have better knowledge moving forward and you're going to be able to protect yourself and save as much money as you can. Dealerships are banking on you not knowing any of this stuff. They're banking on you being so excited that you're getting your new car that you're going to not even pay attention to any of it. But now you know better. Knowledge is power. So if there's anybody in the market for a new or used car, remember, I'm available for a consultation through Zoom. It's down, the link's down in there in the description. It's my goal to save you as much time and money as possible. I had one client last month that got with me and I had a conversation with him and I managed to save him about $6,000 in his transaction. So I know it works. I know I can help. Get in touch with me. So now that you're armed with all this information, do not leave that $12,000 sitting on the table. Remember, never take delivery of the car unless you can actually see a written approval from the bank. If they call you back and they want you to go for a higher payment, return the car. Don't let an emotional attachment cost you $12,000. So now that you know about the spot delivery trap and how to avoid it, you really need to watch this next video. This one is about some of the tactics that the guys in these dealerships don't want you to know about. So until next time, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and we're going to catch you on the next one, and goodbye.